This here is Gary Cooper, and he's talked to Bruce several times about the Pittsburgh Power Box and a variety of other things. Gary asked me a question just a minute ago about the Pittsburgh Power controller. Why don't you tell him everything there is to know about that box? How is it? He's got a Detroit, and how easy is it to put on? What is it going to do for him? He doesn't run particularly heavy. He doesn't run fast.
Gary, what year's your truck?
It's an 07 Columbia.
07 Columbia with the D-Deck 5 EGR.
06 engine, 07 truck.
But it's still EGR, 515 horse?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And you've already changed the muffler.
Yes, I have.
And what kind of fuel mileage improvements did you see there?
Right now, I bought all the things I could buy, I guess, to put on there.
All the easy things.
Right. I've done the Turbo 3000, and I've got the Central-Matics, I've got your muffler, and my truck consistently gets 7-ish, 7+.
Oh, you're doing good. You're doing good, because a lot of people with an absolutely stock Freightliner with the D-Deck 5 are in the high 4s and low 5s. So you're not doing bad.
I drive slow, you know. I set my truck on 1,300 RPM, set the cruise control, and whoever passes me passes.
Well, you know, cruise control on rolling hills will rob you of a half mile per gallon.
Yes.
So you're better off to drive 80% with your right foot and 20% on cruise. Dead level cruise only. If you're pulling on just a long, steady grade, you can let it pull on cruise. But when you're in rolling terrain, cruise control is on and off too hard. The Power Box does. That hesitation that you have when you first let out the clutch, the Power Box takes that out, because we turn on at about 2 pounds of turbo boost, we start to give you fuel. So the moment you let out the clutch and touch the throttle, you have instant response. Once your turbo boost sensor sees 8 to 10 pounds of boost, it tells your ECM, okay, we have boost, now give us fuel. The Power Box, you just ease into the throttle, ease into the next gear, ease into the throttle. It's like driving a motor mechanical engine is set up. It makes driving fun. Most of the people say, if I had to give up my Power Box, I'd give up the truck.
Well, that's one of the things that I've heard about it, and you know, even though I experience pretty good fuel mileage, the truck is still sluggish. I mean, this doesn't excite you when you drive it.
Right. Kevin drove this truck up 285 out of Denver, which is a switchback 4-lane highway, rush hour traffic. We were grossing 57,000. That's the lightweight of this low boy in his peak. And Kevin said, I think I could get better fuel mileage driving with the box, because without the box, the truck is dead. And so when the truck is dead, the subconscious mind is what actually drives your truck. And it just keeps telling you to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. When nothing happens, you just keep pushing on the pedal. And that's one of the beauties of the boxes, to have their response.
This right here is what's in the cab.
This is in the cab also, but not up on the dash. This is to be in the dashboard or in the glove box. Some guys want to put it behind the seat. This is remote control that's on your dash. This has 9 power settings. Each setting is about 25 horsepower to the rear wheels and about 75 foot-pounds of torque. We tell you your exhaust gas temperature, your turbo boost, and what power level you're on. And on the Detroit and the ISX, we have 9 settings. And when you're on 8 and 9, there's a little red light here that's going to blink at you to let you know that you're on pretty high settings. Remote control that's on your dash. This has 9 power settings. Each setting is about 25 horsepower to the rear wheels and about 75 foot-pounds of torque. We tell you your exhaust gas temperature, your turbo boost, and what power level you're on. And on the Detroit and the ISX, we have 9 settings. And when you're on 8 and 9, there's a little red light here that's going to blink at you to let you know that you're on pretty high settings. But it doesn't really matter what setting you're on. You can run it on any setting. But if you want to run cruise control, you should keep it low. If you're going to drive it with your foot, you can keep it high, because you just don't have to push as much on the pedal.
One of the things that I've heard you talk about on the radio with Kevin was that if you didn't have the box, you did need the barometer, and you did need the other gauge. So this has those already there.
This has the turbo boost gauge and the pyrometer.
Okay.
If you don't already have them in your truck, you should put them in, or put the Power Box on it. A turbo boost gauge is about $45. takes a $10 line kit, and a pyrometer is about $179. Now with
So they were very inexpensive.
and what the two gauges do is they're like having a dyno down a highway. They let you know that everything is okay. Because if you call me and say my truck's not running right, the first question I ask you is how many pounds of turbo boost did you? Now with
So they were very inexpensive.
and what the two gauges do is they're like having a dyno down a highway. They let you know that everything is okay. Because if you call me and say my truck's not running right, first question I ask you is how many pounds of turbo boost did you lose? You say, well, I don't have a boost gauge. And I'll say, how many degrees have you gained or lost on your pyrometer? Don't have a gauge. And then I said, well, what do you want me to do?